Well, thanks everybody for being here. I do want to start with just offering our sincere thoughts and prayers with Bill Little's family and his wife Kim, and we lost an icon. You know, somebody that's been around a long time, knows so much about the University of Texas and everything about this place, and so I think it's again, I just want to open it with that. I think it's appropriate, obviously, at a media gathering to do that. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. And I know growing up in this state and knowing his involvement with Texas athletics, he meant so much to our university and to the history of this place. So that being said, again, excited about our season and our team. This is a different group, y'all. They've been very diligent in the gym all summer, working extremely hard on their own, as well as when it's time to be in here. I like our leadership. I think what you have is you've got a few players that are doing what you're supposed to. If you're a pro, if you're going to be the best you can be, if you're going to be excellent, they're doing the things it takes to be excellent. And then you've got 4 or 5 others that see that, and they end up bringing them with them. And so at the end of the day, you've got a gym full of people, and they're here on their own. And this summer's probably been the best summer I've had as a coach in a long, long time, if ever. And certainly the best summer we've had as here at Texas. So I'm excited about this team, and I think we've added some important people and positions and pieces that are going to make us better. We're a veteran team, and we're just still getting a couple of them healthy. But other than that, it's the first summer that Taylor Jones hasn't been rehabbing something. And you think about that. She's going into her 5th year, and her 5th year, and it's the first summer she hasn't been rehabbing something as an athlete. That's crazy. So she's had a great summer, as most of them have. It was fun to go to Spain and watch a future Longhorn represent the USA and win her 3rd gold medal in Madison Booker. She's got 3 gold medals, y'all, and hadn't played a minute of college basketball. It's pretty special. The kid is special, y'all. You're going to have a lot of fun covering her. She is really, really a special young lady, and comes from a great family, and she's going to be a great addition to our team. But again, a unique group, and I'm excited to put them on the floor. We've obviously got a really good schedule. I think it came out today that we're part of the Jimmy V Classic, playing triple header on that Sunday with Connecticut here at home, and that'll be obviously a great opportunity to play probably what's preseason number 1 or number 2 in the country. So I'm confident we'll have a sellout that day, and want to encourage everybody to ensure that they get their tickets. The best way is go buy season tickets right now. I've had this vision for this program from day one to have 5,000 season ticket holders, and we have yet to accomplish that. So I'm hopeful that maybe this will be the year, and we can start from there and move up. But so that's just one of many of our non-conference games I think will really challenge us early, and what will be the last ride. That's what we decided last night, sitting at the table at the Forever Texas. I think our team said, "Coach, it's the last ride in the Big 12." So this will be our last ride in women's basketball, and hopefully our kids will embrace that, just like we'll embrace the hate that they'll run into throughout the course of the season, and be able to have a lot of success this year.
When you're fighting for the fans' entertainment dollar for their time, a game like UConn? How important is that early in the year as opposed to maybe a big game in February or early March to kind of set the tone for your team?
Yeah, for sure. And again, I think, we've obviously that name is very recognizable in the realm of women's basketball. And again, I've always said this: if you'll come see us play once, it'll be a problem for you because you won't want to miss another one. I think the accessibility to our players after a game, and just watching how hard they play, our style of play, I just think that, I think that's something that you want your own kids to see, to watch a team that's competitive, tough, physical, aggressive. I think anyone, male or female, would want their son or daughter to grow up and play like the Texas women's basketball team. So playing a team of that caliber early in the year certainly generates interest. Usually, it's still football season. I think that's the Big 12. That's all the championships. That's championship weekend for football on that Saturday. But on Sunday, it's over. That part's over, right? So you can focus on basketball. So excited about that opportunity. Yeah, I think you can look around our facility and see that. It just, you have to give your opponent credit. They played awfully well. We didn't play well that night. I think we went back and looked and missed 22 layups, amongst other issues that we had. But I think in reflection, and trust me, I was miserable for quite some time after that. I think when you reflect, I think you have to get away from, sometimes you can get so close to the frame, you can't see what's inside the frame. You can be so close to the picture, you can't see what's inside the frame. And what was inside the frame was 26 wins and a conference championship. There's a banner up there that will confirm they haven't won a conference championship here in 20 years. And that team last year, with all the adversity, all the injuries that they fought through all year long, was able to do that. So I was really, proud of that group. And, we had trouble all year with that Monday game. We had some Saturday Mondays throughout the course of the season, and the Monday game was always our Achilles. If you'll notice, you won't see it yet, but when our non-conference schedule comes out, I have a Sunday, Tuesday early. We'll play in a tournament where you're going to play back-to-back-to-back 3 in a row. But we're going to get that. We're going to address that early on and prepare for that down the road.
Best you've had. How much is that a motivating factor, that loss to Louisville at the post?
Well, all I know is this. I got that from the year that we played in the Sweet 16 and we were beat 60 by Connecticut up in Bridgeport in the Sweet 16, and we put the number 60 all over our facility, on my desk, in our locker room, on the bathroom stall when you shut it, in the weight room, anywhere in the elevators, on the stairwell. It only works if it works, right? But it's not okay. At the end of the day, it's not okay. It wasn't okay then, and it's not okay here. And obviously that team, 365 days later, had another opportunity at the same team in the Final Four and found a way to win. They had remembered, and it was a completely different approach. And hopefully this team will embrace that same attitude. And I believe they have, just from their work ethic, what I've seen this summer, the time that they put in. We come in in the mornings. I came in at 7 yesterday morning. I got 2 kids out here on the gun shooting together that have been together all summer. They're 2 that are responsible probably for bringing half my team with them. So it just, it's something that I think they need to be reminded. It's just not okay. And so we've got to be better. I know winning a conference championship, they won 26 games. That's a lot. There's probably 320 teams in Division I that'd love to say they won 26 games in a conference championship. At Texas, it's more. And there's more that we feel like we need to accomplish. And so that's what we're striving for.
What are your thoughts about the opportunity to play on network TV, and not only for this program, but for overall women's basketball?
Well, I just think for women's basketball, ESPN has been so good and so supportive of our game over the years, and now you're getting a chance to play on ABC. And I get that they're both owned by the same people, but it's ABC. And so on that day, there's going to be 3 really special games with 6 women's basketball teams being a part of something that in the basketball world has become very special, and that's Jimmy V Week. And, the money that's been raised over the course of time, millions and millions of dollars. I think the number's up to over 200 million now. It's just really, we're honored at Texas to have a chance to be a part of that. It's a very special week. And as we all know, cancer affects so many people in so many different ways and families. And so it's just a real honor in my mind to have a chance to do that and to do it on a network on the national stage. Our job is to make that game a game, right? We got to go in there and play and compete, and I know that we will.
The tradition of showing up to the first day of class with your athletes, why is that so?
I just, a couple reasons. I think, one, it's a special day, right? There's only one first day. If you're a freshman, you're never going to have that first day again. Go to the other end of the spectrum, right? Grandma, Shaylee, it's her last first day. She's a 6th-year senior, and it's her last first day of college. And so it's just a real unique and special time. I always take that picture and post it, but also send it to their parents. They might put it in a scrapbook. They weren't here to share that or be a part of it, but if we can give that to them in some small way and they can make a photo and post and put it in a scrapbook, and then the other piece is I just want them to know we care about them in so many different ways other than just basketball. And in the back of their mind, they got to know, hey, coach knows where my class is now. I better be on time and I better be here. So, it's just a real special and unique. It's a fun day for me. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing their faces. I enjoy taking the pictures at the doorways with their professors in the background. And, we walked into class yesterday, Jacqueline, and so when you have that many kids trying to get there for the first day, somebody's going to be late. And it's my fault, right? And so Jacqueline walked in and the professor had already started. So when we walked in, she's got her scooter and she's trying to get in the door. And then I'm in the door with her trying to take a picture. And then I looked at the professor and said, ¿Es esta la clase de español? And the teacher kind of looked at me and, I asked, is this the Spanish class? And so that was kind of my way to break in and go, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Let me get out of the way here. And it was all really cool. So, it's a fun day for me, and it's a fun day, I think, for our kids. And, the teachers see that the coach is here and that it's important that those kids are there and on time.
When do you expect hers will be 100%?
Yeah, so she's coming. That's all I can tell you is she's coming. She's probably made some really big strides in the last month. It was slow going early, but I think she's made some big strides. Before we let them go home, I know that month that it was really, really good. She had made some good strides, and she's confident in her knee. I can tell because she doesn't wear a brace. I have to remind her to put her brace on. And I'm constantly telling her to be careful, but I think she's coming. She's obviously still got a ways to go, but I think her improvement has really been big here in the last month and a half. So I think so. At one point I didn't think we'd open until the 12th just because I was trying to give her that extra week. We now have an opener on the 8th, but I think she'll be fine. I think she'll be ready to go. Yeah, so Gisela was cleared about late June completely, which was 15 months. That's a long time Typically, kids are cleared much sooner than that, but she wasn't completely cleared. Now, part of that is because we're in the summer, right? We don't have to play anybody tomorrow. We want to be careful. And, but, coming here at midterm is probably the best thing she could have done. And she had some catching up to do. And so we played catch up for a while, and she's completely cleared. And so, again, excited for her. It's not the physical piece so many times with these injuries. It's the confidence piece. And so I think that's where she's at in her rehab now is just the confidence piece.
Jordana, Tiana, and I guess Jock.
Oh no, Jock's riding the scooter to class. Yeah, she's fine. Tiana, we call her Tree. She had open heart surgery, and so anything about for us, if we were to have open heart surgery, what that would look like, and what our rehab might be, and what we're able to do and not do, and then now you're asking somebody to be an elite athlete with that type of surgery. So. We've really been careful. We've been really stair-stepping her comeback to make sure she gets past this. She gets this checked off. Now she can go to this point. Gets that checked off, we go here. So our medical people have been really, really solid and right on point with her. And then Jordana's, I tell you, Jordana looks bouncy, which in basketball is good. She looks bouncy to me. She's getting there. She's getting close. I know her doctor back home, who's the team doctor for Miami, is really pleased with her progress, and so I'm really happy for her what she's been through, and it's hard to go through that once and to have to go through it like she had to with 3 new ACLs is really, really a challenge. So she looks good to me, and I'm excited to see what role she can play in the success of our team because, again, I think she's a long athletic guard, and if she's bouncy, she's somebody maybe we can that can become maybe a defensive stopper at a number of positions. I think we're looking for that right now, somebody that can guard multiple positions. So excited about her being back as well.
I know you don't like opening early.
I don't think.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you avoid playing Roy's?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's Gisella's number one job this year is to provide us depth at point guard, and it'll really allow us to play Shaylee at 2 where she's most comfortable. I think Shaylee's more than capable of jumping in and playing the 1. She proved that last year. But if I can get Gisela to give us some adequate minutes there, and I think that'll benefit us all. So that's the plan. I think I mentioned that yesterday once, and I'm not sure how that went over, but hey, she's a veteran, and then I'm excited. You have somebody around that long, like I really want her to step outside of her comfort zone a little bit. I want her to really try to embrace some leadership role. Your first year last year, I get it. You're trying to get comfortable. We didn't even have her in the summer, if you remember. So she came first day of school. So she's been here now. I know she's comfortable with her teammates. I know her and Rory work out a lot together. And so I really want to try to cultivate that role for her, and I want her to embrace that.
Who's the player that is cracking the whip, bringing him into the gym? Who is the, I guess, kind of the alpha on this team this year?
I think Rory has done a good job in the summer of trying to organize some different things. I think though when you have a Shaylee and you have a Shay, Madison Booker lives in the gym, has always lived in the gym. I think when you have players like that, it permeates through your team and creates some uncomfortability in a good way, competition. And so I think, kids see that. They see their teammates putting in the time. They know what how coach feels about, the game. The game's real fair. The game doesn't cheat you. You get out of the game what you put into it. If only you're in here when we're asking you to be here, that's not it. That's not enough. And so I think our players understand that. This is year 4 for us. Our culture, very evident. We didn't lose anyone from last year's team. So I think it's, I just think that this group has embraced what it takes to be a championship caliber team.
Top 25, top 10, preseason?
Yeah, I think we'll be top 25 for sure. I'm not sure where people will have us, and that doesn't really, I'm not really focused on that, but I certainly believe I have a top 25 basketball team. And again, a team that has 4 starters back, and some players that played some valuable minutes that are back that'll be better. And then the addition of Booker and Gisela and even Abby makes us better. And again, a healthy Taylor who doesn't miss 11 games. We had, I think somebody, Jeremy, my stat, we had 50 starts missed by players that played 20 minutes or more last year. 50 games, not starts, 50 games missed. And yet that team was still able to do what they did. And so it's a credit to my staff for their diligence in working with these kids. It's a credit to our kids and their work ethic in the gym. And I guess that's where I'm at with this group is I've seen them putting in the time this summer. And I can't help but be excited about what our season looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfamiliarity for me. I don't haven't played. Don't think I've played any of them, and I think it brings an interesting scheduling conundrum or whatever you want to call it. Because basically scheduling is based off of what coaches felt like the poll would look like, within our conference if we started back in June or May. And so I think you're going off of rosters of teams, who's back, who's not, who they signed out of the portal, which you didn't know back then because the portal was still going on. So I think that, some of that changed after they had developed the parameters of who you're going to play and where you're going to play them, and so it's interesting. I think if you pulled in every coach, they would all tell you, oh my God, we got the hardest schedule. We got to play this team on the road, this team twice. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You got to go play. And I like our schedule. I don't like playing any of them, but it is what it is. So we'll go play. I don't think there'll be much learning. I think it's somehow, some way, it's just an inherent trait that everybody has. But that's okay. Certainly, I think you look at our old Southwest Conference opponents, that's been ingrained for generations. I mean, you come out of the womb hating Texas if you're not a Longhorn. And you know what? That's fine. It means you're on their mind, It means you've done something right. And, that's I think that's just great. So we'll embrace that. And as all of our teams will here at the University of Texas, and quite frankly, y'all, it's just because it's our last year in the league, it's no different. We always get everybody's best shot. So y'all have heard me say this: you're going to get their best 2 days of practice, their best pregame meal, their best shoot around, your best walkthrough. It just comes with the territory. It's what we signed up for.
What's first day of practice?
Well, it was October 3rd, but now that we've moved with our schedule, it'll be moved back to So what's that, September 30th, 29th, something like that. So we'll have a release on that. The rule is this, y'all. Whatever your first play date is, you got to move back 42 days, and that can be your first practice. Within that 42 days, you have to take 12 days off. So you get 30 practices within 42 days. So I get to sit down and look at the calendar and go, all right, this is where we're going to take our days off. Well, I don't like to practice 3 days and take a day, 2 days, take a day. So I usually take 3 days off the front end, just start my practice season later so that I can go 5 and then maybe take 1 or 2. I like giving my kids weekends off if I can, and just to recover early. And so that's kind of how I've always handled it, and it's always worked pretty well. So, all right, appreciate y'all. Praise the Lord and Longhorns.